All right. Welcome back to the first ever live Board and Baked.
Yeah, welcome to Board and Baked, a vodcast where we get baked and play board games. This season, we're playing Machikoro Bright Lights Big City. Um,
If
if
you're
you no, sorry, I was going to say if you're interested in how the game itself works, you can always go back and watch our episode 0 on our channel. We have a playlist. All of our previous videos are there.
Yeah.
We have an episode 0 where we sit and break down just how Machikoro works. Uh, we're not going to do that here, but just if you're wondering, it's a commerce-based game where you buy businesses and use them to open landmarks to make your Machikoro Bright Lights Big City the best Machikoro Bright Lights Big City.
It is a competitive backdrop for us to sit around and, as the name implies, get baked while playing a board game and bullshitting with each other.
Yeah, we sit down as friends and bullshit with each other, and we invite you to sit down and join us while we bullshit together.
Yep. So you may notice that our faces are not on screen. That is one of the conceits of this because we're not technically in like a legal state. It's it's a whole thing.
We'd like to leave a little mystery. Also,
you're an ugly man.
What?
Also, you're an ugly man. We should put it out there. I'd love to be able to show my face. You are not too keen on people seeing your mug.
I actually thought you said you're not human at first, which I thought would be great. I was immediately ready to yes and that and like run along with it, where it's like, yes, I'm hiding from the government because I'm technically an escaped experiment. Like I'm crossbred with a dumb species of alien who just make terrible pop culture references. Our race is actually called the what's his name?
God, that's got to be annoying at meetings of the like intergalactic UN.
And from planet what's his name?
Sarbo no, but what I said was
I don't think either of us consider ourselves. I don't think either of us consider our faces YouTube friendly, just world friendly. I carry it out with shame every day, but I have to wear it, so I wear it with pride.
That
makes no sense. I just contradicted myself.
As a single adult man, I've got my forays into online dating. I'm pretty sure I'm not attractive. Not bad looking, like I don't think I'm hideous, but I'm certainly not slaying them.
No, it's I'm not sure my personality is winning them, but like it sure ain't my face either.
Yeah, exactly. So enough of us downing ourselves. Again, this is our first attempt at a live stream. We really don't know what the fuck we're doing. We already recorded an episode tonight and got high before we recorded that episode because I've got new vaporizers from Black Friday, and we'll put that up and you'll get to hear all about it.
You sure as fuck will.
Yeah, you will. Because I like to think that we are either pissing this into the wind or, if nothing else, it's a learning experience.
I would almost guarantee we're pissing this into the wind. Since this is our first live stream, I'm actually trying to figure out how to log into this.
Oh, that's weird.
How to log into this in case I need to talk to anyone. I understand I can comment back. Is that correct?
I think
Looks
so.
like I can. There's a space. Oh, I can send smiley faces.
Yeah, see?
That is fantastic.
It's all about fan engagement, or what I'm hoping for at 1 a.m. Eastern time is like some stoners that are up that just stumble across it. That's what I'm hoping for.
Well, right now it says that there's one person
I think
watching,
that's you.
and I'm pretty sure that's me.
Yeah.
Because like for everything else, like if I watch a video through the thing, it counts it as a watch, and I'm like, come on, YouTube, I don't need your pity.
We just went live for the first time with no prior announcement. I don't expect anybody to ever watch this. This is mostly just for us to learn.
We just had looks like massive jump in our first episode.
Really?
Like the numbers for our first episode, it went from like 17 or something to like I think it's at like 38 right now, or like
oh shit.
Yeah, it was definitely higher than the last time.
It.
Yeah, it's definitely higher than the last time I like watched or checked, I should say. But I mean, it's someone's watching it. I don't know if they're keeping watching it. I don't know if this is worth keeping watching. Like I'll admit it's rough. Like not only is it the early days where we're kind of learning what we're doing and we're learning the format, but like it's kind of a bold and boring idea in and of itself. I mean, it's right in the title. You know,
Oh yeah.
you better be baked if you're going to be watching something that's boring.
Well, I think that we sort of took the tongue in cheek wordplay of getting bored and thus the sitting around. Hey, you want to play a board game? And then we were gonna get baked anyway. Weird. Same
roles as
yeah.
the episode we recorded earlier.
Samesies.
Yeah, that's a little creepy. I'm gonna play 53 on the match 4. I haven't played the lotto in 19 years because I consider it like a giant waste of money.
Wait a minute. The last time you played, you were how old are you? Fuck. I'm not a good friend.
Do I have to give my proper
no,
age?
you don't have to. Anyway.
2 years younger than you.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you weren't old enough to buy a lotto ticket.
Well, one, they'll let you buy them, and like I would go down and like buy them for my dad sometimes when the pot was really like high. It doesn't in the rules say you have to roll to determine who goes first. We like to roll to determine who goes first. Also, we didn't take our starting 3 coins.
I took mine.
Bank. Oh well, look at me. I'm high and sloppy.
Yeah.
Sloppy boy.
So one of the things that we had talked about, talking about for the in our show prep as we smoked a cigarette after our last recording and went, hey, you want to fuck around with going live?
I feel like you just accidentally named a title from like a Talking Heads B-side or something.
Yeah.
Motherfuck! I left my soda in the other room.
It's fine, man. It's live. Anything can happen.
Well, I guess all of the world will very quickly find out.
Like
that
Bill
I am
O'Reilly
wearing pajamas.
Whatever.
We're recording in my house. Fuck it.
Like Bill O'Reilly said, "Fuck it, we'll do it live."
Oh.
But no, one of the things that we had talked about was like spitballing a story idea instead of our normal just current events because we do both play pen and paper role-playing games, dice-based role-playing games, however you like to describe them. We talk about it in the episode we just recorded.
We've talked about role-playing in most of our episodes just because we talk about it a fair bit between
That's true.
us.
We are big dorks.
Yes. See, this is the problem. You always like start hitting potholes because of the game because you're like, what do I want to do? I actually have to make a decision.
Well, yeah, no, it's more the I'm not sure. You're the one that you said you had a great idea.
Well, I don't believe I ever say.
Well, you said you had an idea that you thought I might like.
Yeah, well, it seemed.
Also, do you want me to get your soda?
No, I'll grab it. Let me take my turn, and then I'll just walk out on your turn.
It's a live show, man.
And no one's watching, so I have that comfort.
We're just gonna keep going.
Yeah,
we're gonna go and go and go.
Why did I put my bakery over there?
I don't know.
All right, 2.
Is your baked? Was that in response to my attempted joke? Or?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
Whew, okay.
I'm not just tired. That was a boring joke.
Thank goodness.
No,
I rolled a 4, so you get a coin.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Basically, for my job, I spend a lot of time driving, which means I have a lot of time to think. Because while you may be focusing on the road, your mind will still wander, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So like I write a lot of like little comic book or like movie scripts in my head, you know, like I'll see something that'll inspire an idea and I just kind of like, you know, like it's a way to entertain myself throughout the day. Sometimes, you know, prospective role-playing campaigns. And like I had this idea about like a cult that's based off the premise of like we have nothing left to lose but our lives. So basically someone goes to like the dark corners of the internet and starts recruiting like fucking really shitty people, like, you know, like white nationalists and incels and stuff.
Okay.
And gets them focused on like magic ritual.
Okay. Don't forget the card.
I always do.
Sorry, to the nobody who is currently watching. But I'd like to think that at some point somebody's going to go back and watch it.
I don't even know if it works like that. Literally, this is our first foray. I have no idea how this works. I'm so like the YouTube tutorials, while helpful, don't really cover all the little nuances. Like I think they're kind of more geared towards people who grew up with technology. Whereas we are one of the last. Is it my turn again?
Yeah.
Whereas like we are. Oh, is it? Didn't I roll that one and then I got one and I just need to spend?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you need to spend. So I knew that I had gotten money, but yeah.
Okay. I want. Tell you what I want. What I really, really want. Tell you what I want. What I really, really want.
Really, you don't want that flower shop, even though you've got a flower orchard.
No, actually, if I may.
I haven't rolled yet.
All right, I actually do. I was trying to keep something fresh from hitting the board.
Yeah.
But honestly, like if you pick up another forest, it won't kill me at this juncture.
Yeah.
Thank you. Good looking out.
Yeah.
That's something we promote on here: fairness and like
good sportsmanship.
good sportsmanship. Like we often will be like, "Hey, you didn't take enough tokens," or like losing by like.
We also do regularly fuck up.
Oh yeah. Oh, we constantly fuck up. So we try and be forgiving about that too, just because like we're only kind of paying attention.
Yeah, because we're baked, and I'll admit it. Sometimes I get bored.
Yeah. So basically, he's basically a cult leader who manages to galvanize like some of the shittiest people in America into like a terrorist organization through like I don't get anything.
Does he call them Cobra?
What's the Aleister Crowley type of hermetic magic? Through, like kind of like these like updated hermetic rituals and stuff. The image I kind of had in my head was like this guy like comes out of an airplane bathroom and just like walks up to the middle of the aisle, so everyone's just kind of watching him like, where's he going? He walked past his seat and he just goes like boom.
Okay.
And like the entire plane just like explodes right out of the sky. Like
okay.
And then you smash cut to like all these people in hoods around like a giant like thing of like dynamite and like nitroglycerin and stuff, and they're like chanting around it, and it, like at the same moment like you have like a little time counter in the panels, the two images that are happening simultaneously, and it like disappears from the middle of the circle. Basically they crack magic, and it like they get it, they're using it as a terrorist weapon. They figure out how it works. But because they awakened magic again, like they managed to crack the code. Like it's always been real. We just figured out what the math was to get it crack-a-lacking again. Like
okay.
I believe it's you.
No, it's your turn.
Again?
Yeah.
Already?
I zoomed through mine.
Good for you. I'm rolling hot on these fives.
Like I was the Flash's nemesis.
I'll take my charity and just leave it in the pot to take this wheat field.
There you go.
More
like weed field, am I right?
So basically, since it's the dregs of humanity who are doing this, the people. Thank you.
The people who crack the code for magic.
Yeah, are kind of the dregs of humanity. So are the saviors of the story. Like all these like pagans and like all the people who like bore your ear off at parties talking about how like how different their lifestyle is are like the heroes of the story. So it's just a bunch of like.
So you got like some sort of like like a vegan naturopath. Who's got like holistic medicine that actually works.
Yes. Yeah. Like or like it could be like a Reiki healer.
Oh God!
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, just doing like a Reiki touch of death. It's like,
yeah, it could go in both.
Changing your vibrations, bitch.
Or like a super like in belief Mormon, like like can summon like the ghost of like.
Are they supposed to have magic?
I don't know. There's a bunch of weird.
I know
stuff.
people call their underwear magic. It's not really supposed to.
You know what actually would be a good one? It would be a Scientologist. I'd hate to give them their day, like kind of, but like if these people suck that bad, like
no. What you do is you make the character a Scientologist, but like a famous so like it's like Tom Cruise.
Just make
it's
it Tom Cruise. Yeah, just
like a preacher. Like it's Tom Cruise.
Yeah, Tom Cruise exploded.
Yeah, exactly. Tom Cruise is the king of Scientology.
Oh, that was one of the best like throwaway moments of that show. Was when Tom Cruise just explodes and it all happens in the background.
Yep. It's pure genius. But yeah, that's so you do it like that. Instead of making it like a Scientologist, you set it up in a world.
It's not just a Scientologist.
Yeah.
It's like the Scientologist.
Yeah.
Like he fucking because that's the thing.
And
like,
he bites it like Slipknot and Suicide Squad.
yeah, exactly. He has to believe so bad. Like
right. Yeah.
But yeah, so like he would be like running around shooting lasers out of his hands and like all this stuff that they say, like he would have perfect recall, like all the stuff they say you could do with your thetans. Thetans. Who gives a fuck? Not to be dismissive of your correct answer. I'm like ultimately, who gives a fuck?
Yeah, no. Based on having listened to Ono Ross and Carrie's like 11 parts of because the whole. I gotten you into them, but like they joined the Church of Scientology for a while, so they could
do it, report on it.
Yeah, so that they can get it right. Yeah. Is really their reasoning.
And I respect that.
But yeah, I believe they both say Thetans, but I think that there is some like different people say it different ways.
I'm sure Elron. Well, from what I understand about LRH, he was just throwing out whatever came into his head. So I'm sure it got by him alone got pronounced different way. Just even when you flub a word, that time you're trying to say it right and you fuck it up a little, and then people think, especially if it's the first time you say a word, like or someone hears a word. Like, but you fucked it up a little, so then they go around missaying it, like because of you, or like.
I think I got you. Like for instance, I had not very specifically in third grade. I had never heard somebody use the word methodically before, but I encountered it while reading a National Geographic about Nefertiti.
Yeah.
Which was in itself a funny thing to read because you're still sounding everything out phonetically. So there's titty in there.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, titty.
Yeah. So it's as I'm reading it, I was like methodically.
Yeah, we've all done that. Or like when you read it out because you've never seen it spelled before, and then you like you do what you just said, and you're like, oh wait, I know that word. I'm being dumb. Like harbinger or something.
Yes. Colonel. Colonel is one that gets a lot of folks.
Colonel.
Yeah.
My turn again? You have to spend.
I need to buy. Do you have a ranch? You
have
2 ranches. I rolled a 2. Collect your ranch money.
Oh, thank you.
I'm buying a ranch.
Because I haven't been looking at where you're rolling at all. Please, if you roll any 3s, don't forget.
Yeah, I know. I got you.
You're way more on point with that shit tonight than me at all.
So anyway, all right. So let's not dwell on the Scientologist. Maybe there's a Scientologist. Maybe there's not. If there is, they're like the psychic of the team, right? Where they've got like perfect recall and shit.
Well, I mean, maybe it's just because of my own personal view on things, but like I like the.
Do you think Scientologists can fly?
No.
What is that? Like,
no. I was going to say I don't know if like maybe it's my own personal view on things. I'd like to have a chaos magician. I'd like him to be the most charismatic of the group, and with that being said, he's still kind of a piece of shit, and he's still kind of like a piece of shit and like kind of a douchebag. Like you still kind of hate him. He's still just droning on about stuff because
Well, the only people that practice chaos magic, I think, are other like quasi millennials, like give or take a generation who. It's a bunch of like neckbeardy dorks that read a lot of comic books, and they're like son of a bitch, my sigils work.
Yeah. No, I mean I still have to spend. I'm sorry.
You rolled that.
I rolled that sweet 6.
Real tasty. You're welcome for your flower shop, by the way.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. It's come in handy the last 2 turns. I just wanted to let you know I didn't forget that I am I'm still playing. I know.
Especially since it's live and it's not like
we don't have the storage issue problems we do.
Yeah, which I was
we
really
can drone as much as we want.
I was really surprised that the file size for full HD was still very manageable for my phone.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's another 2. So you got ranches, I've got a ranch, so that makes this 2, 4, and 5.
I'd also like to point out that I don't think that people who are pagan or like hermetic or practice chaos magic are like, I believe little bits and pieces of, like, I was raised Polish Catholic. I believe little bits and pieces of all religions. I kind of think it's all kind of working towards the same thing, but no one
Here's the thing.
admits it.
I'd want to do if
But
you're
so I
doing
was
it,
just
you want to
saying-
do like respectful portrayals. But the idea is like, if magic is real,
Yeah, well, like, I like the idea that the people who were working hardcore at it and believing it happen to just be the people that you always dismiss because they're kind of blowhards. They get so
they're the weirdos that believe in it.
well, not just that, but they get so intra-focused in something that they start like losing other aspects of their personality because everything's about this one thing about themselves. We all have friends like it. I just thought it'd be an interesting dynamic, like, it's kind of like the Mystery Men, but
Well, you take the Wiccan person and you make them like your hippie dippy crunchy.
I had a lot of like friends with like Wiccan moms growing up. You know what I mean? And like all of them were, pretty much all of them were great.
Mm-hmm.
But some of them were like way more like pushy. It's like any sort of.
It's a religion.
It's some people are pushy about it. Some people are cool about it.
Some religions don't proselytize. I don't want to just be dismissive of religion.
No, but people themselves can be pushy because people get very opinionated. We all have opinions, and it's very easy for some people to get lost in thinking that theirs is the only one that matters. And like I would think in the world I'm building that for magic to work, you have to believe like unequivocally, you're willing it into existence. So like, that's why I kind of came to the conclusion that these people would kind of be blowhards, the people who would constantly bother you.
Okay, I could see that. They're the people.
Well, you're obviously not getting not enough sunlight, and you should be burning more sage. And you're like, yeah, thanks.
Right.
That's going to be the fucking thing that cracks my financial problem. Like.
Yeah, no, like the asshole that goes, so you've got a peanut allergy, I understand. Well, I've got this succussed holistic peanut allergy cure that's 1,000 time dilution, and like.
Or, like I would even go so far as like just as simple as any time you're having a problem, someone's like, it's because you need more Jesus in your life, and you're like, yeah, you're right. That's the only factor in this equation. Let's just leave it all up to him and not like worry about any of the reality factors that are causing these things.
See, I find that shit as infuriating as the people that are like, well, it's all,
Did you say I drink like a horse earlier?
Yes. Yeah. You sound like a horse at a trough.
I'm sorry, you were saying.
But no, people that are like, oh, it's all part of God's plan, or, oh, he's in a better place. Like, those sort of
Thanks, Tyler Durden. I'll just take my hands off the wheel.
Yeah, like that's the thing that I don't get about it is if the goal is to be dead, well, there's easier ways. Like,
It's true. Oh fuck. No, I never grabbed a general store earlier.
No,
bought something else instead.
You had general stores the other game.
Yeah, I know, but I thought there were 2 out. I was going to pick one up, but I think I picked something else up instead. So it's fine. I picked up the other cafe.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just, I was like, oh, I forgot to take my payout for my general store. I didn't grab that general store. I was planning on it, never did. Doesn't matter. Let's take our hands off the wheel. Let Jesus hold it for us, or whoever your chosen religion needs to be.
As
happens to be. And once again, I'm not shitting on religions, people practicing religions. I'm all for whatever you want to do that doesn't hurt anyone.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I can say, kind of like cocaine. I can say that I haven't tried it, and I don't think it's for me. Same way I feel about religion. I don't remember a time where I was ever like, oh yeah, this is definitely real. Like,
oh no, I did. I bought in. It took me a little while. I was a very fear-based child.
Okay, well, yeah. See, I was a very evidence-based child, and like, I could recognize that if I fucked up, my parents would take away my toys. God didn't do shit. So
it's kind of like the George Carlin bit. Now I pray to Joe Pesci.
Yeah, because my parents could get shit done.
Yeah. They're tall, they got longer arms, they have
it's-
checkbooks and credit cards.
When I was young and I was hungry, who fed me?
When
My
we
mom and dad. Who
were
didn't feed me?
young.
Jesus. I'll take 3 or 4, please. Chop them all, baby.
Fucking rough.
But yeah, like that's and again, it's not for me. If you want to do cocaine, be my guest.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it.
If you want to go to church, knock yourself out.
Yeah.
I'm all for anything, and like a lot of churches do nice stuff for their communities and all sorts of great things.
Yeah.
And so, like, I'm not trying to piss on communal religious gatherings of any sort.
I'll say it. I am.
Yeah.
I'm not interested in that.
Well, no, you may not be interested, but I'm not trying to.
Oh, it should exist.
I don't ever want someone to feel judged, like I'm sitting here, like, from my personal weird, like.
Except for the incels and Nazis and what have you.
Yeah, no. Fuck the incels. Fuck the Nazis. Fuck white nationalists. I'm going on board. I
really want to believe that there's a peaceful, like, there's key to getting.
We should be able to talk
to be like human again.
No, we should be able to talk to them and just bring them around with reason. But the problem is that like part of it is they're naturally trolls.
Yeah.
They enjoy pissing in everyone else's cornflakes. It goes back to that whole snowflake bullshit. Like they're not doing the same exact thing. You're just a white nationalist snowflake.
Yeah.
You know, fucking come at me about it. I don't know what I want. Fucking don't know what we want. We have all the time in the world. You can nod your head as many times as you want. I'm not done pissing on incels and Nazis. Nazis. Fucking, we need more Inglourious Bastard movies.
Made a sweet Nazi joke at Hanukkah tonight.
Oh, that's...
Well,
tell me more, tell me more. Oh shit, this song was about rape. We should probably cut it, but we won't.
Yeah, Greece is problematic.
Yes, it is. Go on.
For a number of reasons, actually. But no, my dad was telling a story about a time that he encountered anti-Semitism in school with a kid of German descent, and we're Jewish. And anywho, the long and short of it was. My dad said something about, the kid was basically like a little Nazi. So, and he was explaining how they came to a resolution.
Yeah.
And I, being the guy that makes dad jokes that I am, had to. I guess he did not see that coming.
Oh, boo. I would have just immediately gone with only good Nazi is a dead Nazi.
Well, yeah, but that's a fun saying. It's not wordplay.
It's not. It's not a dadism either.
You know how much I love wordplay?
That's true. You fucking thrive on it.
I love wordplay as much as I love swordplay.
You know what really grinds my gears?
Go ahead.
The big reveal episode at the, was it Tower of Hope or the Tower of Love in Game of Thrones, where I believe it's Sir Mirren Brant. It's the Sword of the Morning. Shows down with like 3 Kingsguard basically take out like 8 dudes, and like the only 2 left are Howland Reed and Ned Stark. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Why did they give him 2 swords? Why were they 2 equal length swords? Why did it look terrible? It looked worse than Star Wars. Like, and by that I mean episode 2 and 3. The sword fights in that were really sloppy. They were a far cry from Duel of the Fates.
Well, yeah, but Duel of the Fates, episode 1 had the best fight choreography in Star Wars to that point. Now, I will say that I believe that Force Awakens has the best fight choreography in the entirety of the series thus far.
Not the scene in Last Jedi where they throw down with all the anti-Jedi.
I'm sorry, that's what I'm thinking of is Last Jedi. My bad.
Because actually, I remember being really impressed with how little swordplay there was, how good it looked for someone who was supposed to, like, for 2 people who were novices.
Yes.
I thought it looked fairly realistic.
Yeah.
Which a lot of people were like, they were too good, and I was like, not really. That looked kind of sloppy. Yeah. But it felt right, to me. I could be wrong. I rolled a 5. I get 1 coin.
No, but yeah, I'm sorry. You're right. Last Jedi, not Force. Yeah, but
Yeah, that was a dope ass scene.
Yeah.
Fucking great.
but yeah, it's not fair to compare 2 and 3 to 1.
Oh no, it's well, I mean maybe it's not, but that's what I was saying. That scene with the Sword of the Morning versus like it was just ugly and sloppy
Yeah.
and like
It should have been in there in the way that it was done.
no, I think if they had stuck to something a little more classic instead of trying to get all like flashy with it, like if it had just been a really badass sword scene, it would have. I don't know. Maybe the general reaction was like, "Oh shit, 2 swords!" Like I don't know. Like
Yeah, I feel like
to me, it looked really hokey. Like
there is definitely a big portion of the viewership that gets wet for dual wielding. Like it's just
slick.
yeah, it's like
Well, I'm not gonna lie. That was one thing that I really felt was missing from Red Dead Redemption 1, and they added it for 2. But like, it's a western. Like running and gunning with 2 guns is like
yeah,
a huge trope. When I think of knights in heavy armor, I don't think of like Chow Yun Fat tight shit. Like
yeah, that's the I don't think that that's really what it should have looked like, but it's fun to look at. It's fun to watch.
well, I mean, it's dynamic, it's cinematic. I can see what you're saying. Like it's flashy, but like, oh, thank God, that's so much safer than a 3 these days.
These days.
All right, 3 and 2. Electric Boogaloo.
All right, so had you fleshed it out at all beyond?
I just had a kind of general image in my
Okay.
head, like, and like just kind of like the basis of a premise, which is why I kind of wanted to pitch it at you to see if you got any cool ideas for like characters or like what the cult leader's like. I haven't really worked all that out. Like, I kind of thought the cult leader should be like a Steven Seagal, like a B-rate celebrity who with like really questionable morals. If you're not listening to Behind the Bastards, fucking do it. It's so good.
Bob Evans.
I need to purchase.
Yeah, you do.
This is my biggest influx of money all game. I still can't open my shopping mall, which could really get my engine revving. I'm gonna take my coins and I'm gonna invest them in a publisher because I need to do something different, and I always forget about the purple cards.
That was a good song.
Thank you.
You're like a siren. Ooh, get a coin. You also get a coin. Everybody gets a coin.
We all get coins. Yeah, no, a lot of stuff like kind of starts.
If I had a daytime talk show, I would do it in drag, and my name would be Dobra.
I don't get it.
Just that it would be a dope show.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I was stupid. Sorry, it felt like something in my head. I might be real high.
Man, that's a lot of French references.
Yeah, I know. They're in vogue. Get it. Why are you rolling 2 dice?
Because I wanna. Can't stop me.
I like that click clack sound.
I'm like Puff Daddy. You can't stop me now. You can't stop me.
No one was attempting to. There'd be 4 coins. Thank you.
Payout is really unspectacular.
You're unspectacular.
Do I want a French restaurant or a forest?
Ooh, what is the better investment at this juncture? Because if you leave that forest out, you know I'm taking it.
You're hoarding money like crazy. I'm gonna grab a French restaurant.
I am hoarding money.
The restaurant thing hasn't been paying off for me, but if I have Jesus, you're hoarding forest.
I
could have really used that thing.
I
should have taken that forest.
Yeah, I am going hard on lumber.
Yeah, you are.
I'm waiting for one furniture factory.
I always thought of you as a woodsman.
It's the beard.
Yeah.
People think of me as
not,
being very outdoorsy, even though I am not. I am not really much for the outdoors. I'm okay with it. But
although you are wearing a sweatshirt for a nice knife company. Another thing a lot of people would probably associate with being outdoorsy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you're wearing Smith & Wesson underwear with no pants, so like that's also another. They're camouflage colored, and you're in wader boots.
Get out of my dreams.
And into my tent cot.
Because all of a sudden this is going to become a school.
I have 2 coins to rub together. It's not super helpful.
Nope.
What? I'm gonna open my harbor.
Yeah. Oh. You know why no one's watching? It's because you're boring.
You can blow me, Sam. I am going. Yeah, I'm gonna take that wheat field. Fuck it.
Yes.
What you gonna do with it? What you gonna do with it? Better have my money when I come to collect. Pay up. Pay up.
You're making me uncomfortable.
I hope so. Staring at you real hard, like.
Yeah. Yeah, you are. I am going to get my own publisher.
Cray.
Cray.
Assuming I don't fuck myself on this roll, I might be able to start trying a stratagem. Motherfuck. Well, I didn't fuck myself, but he's got paid.
Yep. You know, the thing that I love about the resource cards in Machikoro Bright Lights Big City is that they're like being at the top of a pyramid scheme because it's just passive income.
That's true. And anti MLM.
Yeah. It's a single level marketing scheme. All right, cha-cha. What do I want to do?
Well, I like that this is based off the premise that the richest person in town had 3 coins and like fucking financed everything. It's a real like fucking really like it should be the epitome of like bootstraps like. Now, if you could just keep rolling ones, you could even this out a little.
I'll do my best.
I doubt you will, you lying fuck.
I am a lying fuck.
Oh, I know. I know.
It's one of my better known qualities.
I'm gonna get soda bottling plant.
And now comes a mackerel boat. What do I wanna do with my 1 coin?
2.
I know. You know how sometimes you're gonna say one thing and then you say another and it becomes a dumb thing?
No, I don't know what you're talking about. It was just we all do it. Just want to make sure you got the right amount of coinage.
Yeah. Oh, don't you worry your pretty little head.
You might have forgotten you bought a wheat field.
I'm gonna get my money right.
I can't actually remember how that song goes. I'm too high. You want to smoke some more weed about it?
Yeah, let's. I got this guy going.
I'm good on that. I was just gonna smoke this ball here. No, that's okay. You can put that torch down. Hey, if you want to smoke it, you can go ahead. We can just use separate pieces. That's fine.
I mean,
I feel like this is quicker. I can keep my mouth going faster.
Fair
like,
enough.
When I'm hitting on that, like I'm like trying to like.
okay. I'll buy that for $1.
Yeah, I mean whatever helps you feel better. I just don't feel like doing it right now.
Yeah.
Is it my turn again?
Yeah, it's your turn again.
I have to roll and everything.
The whole shebang.
It feels like a lot of work. Now that I see you hitting it though, I kind of want one. In the words of Uma Thurman in Pulp Fiction, can I get one of those, cowboy?
Hang tight.
don't believe that's what he says.
I'll catch you on the next heat cycle.
That is definitely what he says. All right.
Sorry, I'm terrible with lines.
All right, 4 coins. I am going to buy an apple orchard.
I don't appreciate your tone.
I bet you don't, sailor. Here's another mackerel boat. That's another French restaurant.
Now it's my turn.
Yes.
Okay. Put your mouth on that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, remember the carb this time.
There you go. That's how you do it right. All right, so you've got a French restaurant. Is your shopping mall open? It is not. So you only get 5 of my big guns. Take it to the dome, bitch. And then forests also pay out, and you've got at least one of those. I'll pay out for you. There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
I'm going to die.
We all are going to die one day. I already rolled and did all that. I got to pay.
Thanks, Sylvia Plath.
You know, I just don't get it. I've read the bell jar, and like, it's fine. She seems really self-absorbed and kind of cunty. I need to buy something. Like really, I mean, you know, tragedy. I get it. Don't know that I really understand the love for the work.
Rough.
Wasn't as bad as Rogue One though.
Never miss a chance to shit on Rogue One. Really rubbed me the wrong way. A lot of people loved it. God bless them for it. Doesn't bother me that they enjoyed it, but man, I could not.
It's like burlap underwear. Just rub you the wrong way.
Amen.
6.
Okay.
Your flower shop.
So I get 2 coins.
Yeah.
Taking me to 9. Which is not gonna do it.
It's not Funky
Not
Town.
gonna do it. Not gonna do it.
Trying to get to Funky Town.
Funky Town. Funky Town. I don't know what they say there.
It was not until I was much older. I was familiar with that song at an early age because of, I don't know, movies maybe.
I mean, it was just around. My dad listened to the oldie station when I was a kid, so.
It took me forever to realize that the band's name was Lips Inc. But that's a clever play on words for lip sync.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, I didn't even know.
Well, and you know how much I love wordplay, as we've discussed.
I'm going to start building my Machi Koro.
Please do.
Yeah, I like to do that.
I don't have any flower shops. That stinks. Well, I'm going to go ahead and open up my train station. And you may go. I'd just like to say that we have very different tastes in urban planning.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm going to put my publisher next to City Hall because, and like between my City Hall and my Moon Tower, my cheese factory is going to go out on my ranches.
Well, that makes sense.
Bottling factory is out on the corner of that. The apple orchards are near the wheat fields next to the ranches.
Where are you going to roll the dice?
Bakeries up your ass, you fuck. So my turn?
Yes, sir.
I actually forgot we were live streaming. This just became like a real moment of me just rambling at you about how I like to. Well, if you look at it, it all makes sense.
Yeah, no, but that's like I said. I hope that this somehow saves it to the YouTube as well, because I feel like this will have some delightful stuff in trying the format with a live stream.
Yeah, I agree. Should move those down near the shopping mall.
Well, yeah, you're gonna want like a commerce district.
For not gonna dick.
I like your Dana Carvey impression in remembrance of the late George H.W. Bush.
Yeah. Fuck both of them. No, I'm just kidding.
Dana Carvey and George Bush? Or...
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
I don't know if I have personal feelings about either of them. I was very young during Bush's presidency. It's hard for me to get all up in arms.
Yeah, it's not like I was paying taxes at the time. I just remember it was very big that he said that.
Read my lips.
Yeah, you should read his lips. And the funny thing is, if you read his lips, nowhere on there is written new taxes.
I mean, it's the only time in my memory where Republicans and Democrats hated the president almost as much as each other. Like,
well, and then you had charming Bill Clinton.
Yeah.
Just in there to fuck.
I can't come on it. I'm not interested.
I mean, yeah. I'm not gonna lie.
What are you, Abe Lincoln?
Good way to live.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna buy that.
Or was that George Washington? No, it was Abe Lincoln.
Yeah, Honest Abe.
Yeah, good old Honest Abe.
Yeah, he couldn't tell a lie.
Even if he wanted.
Physically impossible.
He would start throwing up.
Yeah, he would choke on it.
Just vomiting everywhere.
Yeah. Actually, there's some that say that's the reason he was such a good collegiate wrestler. His ability to
match just slick
vomit
with
on
vomitous.
demand. Yeah. At the time,
6.
technically not against the rules.
What you gonna do about it, Ralph? What you gonna do? Write it in the books then. May not be able to tell a lie. Total dick when it came to the rules.
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, yeah, that's why he went into the politics. And...
He set fashion for hats. A lot of people don't know that. He was the first person to ever wear that hat. He was a fashionista.
Well, yeah.
I know this stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't go to school. Just stayed home eating Choco Tacos and watching Cartoon Network.
See, I was one of those kids that I discovered the Wikipedia rabbit hole before Wikipedia existed with a little something called Encarta 95.
Or I thought you were going to say Encyclopedia Britannica. First Love.
Actually, Compton's.
Oh.
Yeah, because
the off-brand.
Well, we didn't have the complete Britannica.
Straight out of Compton's. Little bit of knowledge for your ass.
Yeah.
Here's an entry about different types of grass.
No, I was 100% a kid that was reading the encyclopedia.
Yeah.
And yeah, my grandparents had 2 sets of encyclopedias.
Yeah. That's why you're drier than a thing of white bread left out on the counter with the zip tie off.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Now, if you were to put me in your mouth, it would be sandy.
Yeah. Okay. It's really getting down to the shit witch over here.
That's why I'm single. I'm unpleasant to touch.
Tell me. All right. Now I'm going to open my heart book.
Canny decision. Don't do me, dick. What's going on?
Nothing on this side. Thank you.
You're welcome.
6.
Damn.
I'm just going to keep that one and get a mackerel boat. I'd really like to open my shopping mall and just increase this payment. I might buy that bakery in hopes of getting a flower shop, but I know you'll just snatch it up, so that's what it is.
I'm only taking one because I'm opening my heart up.
That's all you get on a 10?
Apple orchard.
Oh.
If my harbor had been opened, I would have gotten the fruit and vegetable market.
Nice. Yeah. Noise.
Yeah, lucky you.
I really would have liked that fruit and vegetable market.
Yeah, you would have, but
I'm heavily invested in wheat.
Yeah, no, you've got a lot of resources happening. It's you've got a nice Machikoro Bright Lights Big City.
We're a lot of farmland. I feel like you're just gonna buy up after we go belly up on everything. You're just gonna buy it for cents on the dollar.
Oh no! After you go belly up, we're gonna come on your belly. We're a gross town of degenerates.
Well, I just came up like 7-Up, son.
Oh fuck! There's that soda bottling plant. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, I also have 4, so that's 8. That's actually not that great because I'm back to 9, which doesn't let me open my. Son of a bitch! Son of a bitch!
Yeah.
God damn it! Arrgh.
See, and like I'm training myself to say, "Gosh, damn it."
Yeah, we discussed that, I
Yeah.
believe. Okay, so 8. I thought I had something else with an 11, but no, you snatched up that thing.
Yes, it did.
You know what I really want is a 7. I want that publisher to pay off.
I really thought you were going to say
Okay, so
snatch.
I think I was confusing my 11 with my 7 because I have 2 payouts on a 7 right now.
Because you got that cheese factory.
I do.
Yeah. Cheddar. Frenchie.
I'm going to buy another mackerel boat because fuck it, why not?
Yeah, you're a fisherman.
Yeah, we fish those seas.
You're a fisher of men. You're an anal fisher of men.
Weird.
Yeah. Like a free associate sometimes.
I am often pussy.
Yes, you are a big pussy.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Even though you don't have it, that would have been more if my shopping mall were open. Yeah, that'd be great.
I mean, you know, what do they say? If wishes were,
If wishes were dishes, we'd break them on the porch.
yeah, or you can shit in one hand and wish into the other to see which one fills up first.
Yeah, that was my dad's favorite saying. Like, oh, why don't you shit in one hand and wish in the other and see which one comes
I
first?
feel like your dad just thought you were dumb enough to shit in your hand.
I'm just gonna go and do what I want to watch. I'm gonna film it and sell it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think Gordon had a lot of respect for you.
He definitely did it. I remember like once when I was like, oh no, like probably like 4 or 5. Like I was like pretty young. Like maybe younger. It's hard to tell, but I feel pretty safe in saying like 4 or 5. I like touched a bug and was grossed out, and he called me the F word.
Friend?
Yeah, that one. Definitely not that one that like is offensive to
Right,
an entire,
yeah.
and like belittles an entire group of people.
I know the one you mean. I
Yeah.
still think it's funny that your dad was like, F word.
Look at this little F word. Yeah, cute. That's rude.
Oh, snap.
Yeah. Okay. So I would. Do you have any money? All right. Thank you. Not as rewarding as I was hoping, but that cheese
Steve.
factory is a nice.
Well, because you
little
got them 2
coins.
ranches.
Yeah.
And look at you with enough money to open a shopping mall. in there right now.
Now I'm not even sure if I want it.
I was watching Adam Ruins Everything on Netflix, and his episode on shopping malls really went into why they're going belly up everywhere. Did you know a lot of them were just tax havens? Like,
No, I did not.
Yeah.
Huh.
yeah, it's a really interesting episode.
I have 16 coins. I don't know if I want to open my amusement park or my shopping mall at this point.
I'm
I'm rolling a lot of 6s, so like part of me wants to embrace that and get a little more money coming in if I can. But if I open the amusement park, I could theoretically start dominating this game.
Yeah,
No.
anything could happen.
I'm gonna buy the tuna boat first. Making a bold move, hoping I don't lose my ass on it.
Eight doesn't get me. Oh, mackerel boat 3. Still no
Oh shit!
furniture factories. So I guess I'll buy.
With my little eye.
Oh,
Holy shit! There's 300 people watching.
you're a liar.
I am. There's one person
Yeah,
watching.
it's you. That's
It's
like,
me.
I can,
It's us.
I can see the number right there on the thing.
I don't know if there's like some unspoken rule we're not supposed to talk about that.
Talk about what?
Like who's watching. Like
No, I don't think that. Based on the other live things that I've seen, I don't think that that's a problem.
this is live stream. Everything's on the table.
Yeah,
It's the fucking Catalina wine mixer.
pretty much the only thing that isn't supposed to be on the table is like dicks.
Yeah, my dick. I got that. All right, 9.
I'm also going to impose a vodcast rule. Also, no hate speech.
Oh yeah, I'd prefer that. I would prefer that.
On the table, anyway. That's Rebecca's fucking her dollop of sour cream for her latkes tonight made a fart sound, and I uncontrollably chuckled, which got everybody else at the table
Chuckling?
laughing. Yeah,
Nice. That's always nice. A little bit of like sophomore comedy. Keep things fun at dinner.
that's.
So no matter how old you get, some things never change.
I really liked that. As I read it,
I read it constantly.
well, yeah, yes.
Would you like more soda?
No, thank you. 7. I got a publisher too, bitch. And I was,
coin.
and I was, yeah, got
See,
you
it's
back.
not rewarding.
And I've got 1 cheese factory and 1
Oh, I should have brought that pizza joint. No, it just would have been more money for you.
Yeah.
It would have been terrible.
It would have been. It would have been the terriblest.
El terrible.
I'm gonna buy. I got 5 coins. I'm gonna buy the soda bottling plant. Okay. And another soda bottling plant came out. Hooray. For boobies.
Hooray for boobies.
That's a good album.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. I haven't listened to it in a long time, so I don't know how it would have aged. I imagine some things might be offensive, but
Oh, yeah.
like not necessarily
Yeah.
offensive, but I'd be like,
They would not have aged well.
Yeah, it's like some movies just don't age well. Oh, did you listen to Weekend at Bernie's on Critical or Film Reroll?
No, I haven't.
Oh, it's I kind of hate it, but I kind of love it. It's
Huh.
just Andy and the guy
Peter?
Peter. Yeah. Well, it's Peter, but it's like
PITR.
yeah. Ugh.
7.
No coins. All right, but I get 6 coins.
Yeah. So wait, it's just the 2 of them.
Yeah, well, and the storyteller,
Oh, Palo.
Paolo, yeah. Like they do Weekend at Bernie's, and they play like the 2 sex crazed like accountant guys that
Okay.
like, discover the thing.
Yeah. Jonathan Silverman and Andrew McCarthy.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
probably the one that almost stays like at least until they start getting towards the end, it like almost stays like the most on point because they kind of keep coming to like the plot points and
Yeah.
they kind of like, and neither of them had ever seen the movie. They just
Nice.
knew it from references from other things.
Well, you gotta figure too.
So it
that
was kind of interesting in that way.
if you're the writer of Weekend at Bernie's, there's a pretty good chance that you're writing it in a very like what happens next sort of way, where things are gonna sort of like once you get past the conceit of okay, their boss dies, and that spoiler alert, their boss dies. And then
do you remember how he dies?
Doesn't he like OD on coke while he's like got hookers over or some shit?
Well, he ODs on heroin.
Heron.
Yeah.
Okay.
But there's also like I guess a bunch of coke in the movie and stuff.
Yeah. But yeah. So anyway, publisher. Your 1 coin.
Oh, another 7.
Yeah. And 3 from Cheese Factory. But yeah,
The delay is creeping me out so bad.
I'm glad it's creeping you out. Well, because you're watching it all juiced up and cleansed through the tubes and wires of the internet.
Yeah, I wish you could actually be seeing this. It's mildly fascinating.
You keep doing your thing. Yeah. It's a slight tape delay.
All right, 4. Should be what it is. Get 1 coin. With my 1 coin, I buy pizza joint.
Yeah, when everybody's got publishers, pizza joints are useless.
Well, no, it's actually worse than useless because.
Yeah.
Oh no!
No.
No, it's just shuffling it around. Yeah, you're right. For some reason in my mind, there was like an extraction from the bank that would pay you, and I was like, definitely not. I just don't feel like doing the fucking legwork of taking it from you to hand it back. 8. Oh shit! I'll take that.
I like that tuna boat. I like your tuna boat, mate.
As I say, I like that, mate. Like that hat, mate.
I like that first, mate. Get it? Because it's a boat.
It is a boat.
First, mate. Oh. Mm. Yeah, furniture factory. 4 forests. Oh, I know what it's like to work for Comcast.
8. Another 6.
2 macro boats?
Yeah. 2 macaroni boats.
You are a fisher of men.
I am.
Shit, I already said we already went through that whole thing. God damn it, mine. I know I wanted it too hard. May I have some dice, please?
I would feel less confident doing that if that had been the first spiteful move made at this table.
Oh yeah. No, this is definitely a spite heavy table.
I was like, if I didn't have a forest, because I always don't recommend that when it's like, well, I'm going to buy the the flower shops to keep so and so from getting it, and like when I get a flower orchard, I'll just then I'll use it, and it's like, don't do that.
Yeah.
I always say, don't do that. Just don't do that. It never pays. I've never seen it pay out.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like it could be a viable strategy. Kind of like how we've got the belief that throwing the demolition company at people could be a viable strategy.
Well, I mean, it could be, but I've never seen it pay out because you're putting yourself in a hole without the resource. If you had a flower orchard and you were spite buying them, it would be different. But every time someone's like, well, I'll just wait for the flower orchard, and it's like you're wasting money multiple turns for no return.
Yeah. It's economics 101.
Yeah. 6. And it's double, so I get to go again.
Damn it.
So, didn't open my shopping mall yet. But nice. It did spite you, so it was worth it.
Oh, worth it. The worth itest.
So I get 2 coins, not a big payout, but I do get to take another turn, which means I also get to purchase first.
Yep.
2, 4. Okay. Let's see. I want to spend all my money so that if I roll a shit, if I take a giant dump, I don't have to give you all my money.
Yeah.
Because we always say, get money, stay broke.
Exactly.
Well coined, well used.
Well loved.
Oh, amen. 9.
I'll take 3 coins from my family restaurant. Thank you.
Glad I opened that shopping mall instead of buying a soda bombing plant.
Glad I got that family restaurant.
All right. I double checking 9 does nothing for me.
Yeah.
9 does nothing for me. I get 1 from the bank for being broke. I reinvested into a wheat field.
Oh, flower shop, sweet. Can I have coins or dice, please?
Yes.
Thank you. Mr. I'm too good to roll on my own. Oh, snap, son.
It's going to be a big payout.
This is a neck breaker.
Oh, shit. When did another...
A little while ago. Oh, I snatched it up real quick.
Oh, I'm sure.
All right, so 1 for every. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I count 9 restaurants out.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 9. Okay, and then 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 20. So I'm just gonna do that and that. And it's your turn now. Oh, that tasted so good.
Oh, I bet.
That was That was better than any chocolate truffle I've ever had. That was
I mean, that
was
should
heavenly.
that should effectively be the game. Maybe not ender. I would say ender, but definitely changer. That is, as they say, a game changer. 2.
Oh, mister, I got my amusement park open. That could well be a game changer.
Okay, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Get 10.
Yeah.
I buy. Soda bottle plant.
Oh, yeah, you would.
Okay. What's up?
Let me put this back down. Oh, okay. There you go.
10.
Family restaurant.
You have a family restaurant?
I have a family restaurant, so that's 3 coins.
Okay.
But you get 3 for your apple orchard.
Or I can make it a 12. Don't rush me through this. I'm looking at my options.
Okay, well then.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry.
'cause
Well,
if
you
it's
just
not-
you just said it. Like I was like,
I-
yeah.
Well,
Like I
yeah.
just did it. Like I'm thinking about making it a 12. I was trying to see if you have a tuna boat as well.
I do.
Okay, so you would get all 5, but I would get to roll for my tuna boat. I knew you had the members only club. I was also trying to do the math.
Yeah, no,
And,
I was more trying to remind you.
You kind of do that. Well, it's fine. Like I get it because you want to keep the game moving, but like I'm trying to like figure out all my options.
Oh, got you. No, I
Yeah,
was just reminding you I had it. That's all. Or that was my intent.
All right. Also, I don't know what the fuck's going on. Okay, I'm back to 5 coins.
Yes.
Do I want to give you 5 coins just for taking a chance on a tuna boat and then you get that much gold?
I've also got apple orchard.
Well, I know, but
Okay.
like you would earn less.
Mhm.
Get 6 versus. I'm just fucked. It's fine. I'm gonna stick with the 10. It's 3.
Okay.
Here's 3.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't mean to overwhelm you. If
Yeah, no,
throwing too
I was
much
trying
at
to
you.
decide because the game's getting really tight, and I want to make sure I don't like miss something like.
And that's why I
completely
was trying to
obvious.
make sure you weren't missing anything.
Yeah. That really sucks. It's just like at the moment of like not being able to do what you want to do, like what you want to do. You know, like it's just like there aren't even any other options to consider. Like it's just like I'm just staring at a giant plate of shit I don't want to fucking eat. Those are my coins.
Okay, that is an 11.
7, yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Still 9. Uh, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Still 20. And I will open my airport.
Game ender.
Yeah.
11.
You know, when you say game ender,
You said 9, right?
9.
Yeah, there's 9 restaurants on the board.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
By my reckoning.
So 18, 27.
Yeah, the motherfuckers. Moon Tower. Right? You should. Yeah, you got it.
Yeah. Yeah.
This game is getting tighter than a
I mean,
butthole.
Unless you like lose some major payout to me, which I can't see happening because you have your moon tower open. Like this is, I'm really just going through the motions of like
It's
finishing
important.
the game.
It's important.
No, you have to
finish it.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Yeah,
that's what your mom said.
I don't think I've mentioned to you. I've been waffling on my my chest piece idea for my next tattoo.
That actually popped in my head the other day.
Huh.
For some reason.
But what I've been thinking about is, well, that's a 7. Doing like words on my upper pectorals.
Mm-hmm.
Getting the Arlo Guthrie, this machine, or not, sorry, Woody Guthrie, this machine kills fascists, the thing that he had on his guitar,
Yeah.
but like over my heart, sort of.
Yeah.
And then on the other side, in sort of a Ralph Steadman-y script, buy the ticket, take the ride.
Nice.
Which is my absolute favorite Hunter Thompson quote.
I mean, it's very, it says it all in a way.
Yeah.
That's game.
Yes, sir. But yeah, no, that's, I don't know why I brought that up, but yeah, that was just something that I've been thinking
sure something
about
it.
recently.
We were talking about you have to finish it.
Yes.
The ticket,
yeah. Buy the ticket, take the ride.
No.
So.
And with that, it is finished.
And
this game is over.
We did not get any live viewership, but you know.
No, I mean that's fine. We
Yeah.
don't need to keep commenting on it. It is what it was, and it will always be what it just was.
Yeah.
So,
well,
and this is probably one of the most diverse boards. We haven't played a game.
Yeah, this turned
where
out
I got
really
so,
nice.
So like antsy, like that, like I started rearranging my town into an actual town.
Yeah.
In a long time. I mean, this is a really like big board. You know, normally we don't get quite this crazy with it.
Like from Sesame Street?
I'm sorry?
Big board.
Yeah, big board. Cute though. That was cute.
Thank you.
Well, for once I don't have to turn it off. You do.
I do have to turn it off. So
thanks for joining us.
Yeah,
like we had a good time at least.
And you know, hopefully this this new setup is something that we can keep playing with, and
we keep fucking with it.
Yeah. So I think.
Thanks again. We always appreciate it. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed.
Oh yeah, that's a good thing to say.
Yeah, we should probably say that. I guess. Thanks. Night.
Love you. Oh no, that's the talk.
Excuse me.
How do I
Hit
make
the X? It's always the X.